This is Celebrity Spotlight. I'm Angela Bacchi, and today we're shining it on David Duchovny. Duchovny is a two-time Golden Globe Award-winning American television and film actor, best known for his roles as Special Agent Fox Mulder on The X-Files and as Hank Moody on Californication. But if you've seen Duchovny in any of his roles, you've had a pretty good glimpse into the personality of the actor. Sort of like a good martini, straight up and a bit dry. Few people know that the New York City native graduated from Princeton University and also holds a master's degree in English literature from Yale University, where he began work on a PhD. But rather than becoming Dr. Duchovny, David left Princeton in 1982. It was in the early 90s that we began seeing him on screen, but it was his role as Agent Mulder that made him a household name.
It's strange to all of a sudden be known by strangers, and it's just a lot of people they thank you for dealing with subject matter that most TV shows don't deal with, so they feel like they're spoken to in a way that most shows don't speak to them.
Another dynamic about Duchovny to which people seem to respond is the ethic he brings to his acting roles. He approaches his craft with passion and will stand up for what he believes, whether it be to audiences or to executive demands.
An actor suits to the role. An actor decides how the role should be played, and in league with the director and everybody else, and then that role becomes that person. And Jillian and I have created these characters, and we're not going to change them so that people can think we have range or something like that. The characters have their integrity and their personality. So once Jillian and I go on to do other roles, then we'll roll the dice. But right now, those Mulder and Scully are Mulder and Scully. What scares us as actors is very different from what scares viewers. I mean, what scares us is dialogue that we can't make work and things like that we gotta work on with everybody. But in terms of like special effects and what we're supposed to be scared of, or what the viewer's supposed to be scared of, that's just the nuts and bolts of acting, really.
But Duchovny does admit to one weakness: wanting the respect of his audience.
You really want to be true to the reality of being a doctor, so there's a lot of nerve-wracking detail that you want to observe, the way they move, the way they talk, the way they walk, everything. So once you get over being petrified that, then you realize there's maybe like 0.5% of your audience is going to be doctors and go, he's not a doctor. And the rest of them will buy it. So.
During his stint at Princeton, Duchovny played a season of varsity basketball as a shooting guard and 2 seasons playing center field for the varsity baseball team. It's no wonder then that he approaches his acting as a team sport as well.
Well, I like being in ensembles. I like the give and take, and I like listening to other actors, and I like letting other actors take over scenes. I like watching them.
Since the beginning of the X-Files show, Duchovny and the show creators have been under a lot of pressure to make a movie.
I think we have a TV show that already looks like the big screen, so I don't think the translation will be hard at all.
This vision was realized in 1998, with a second big screen foray following in 2008.
I think once they got that, they actually got behind us keeping secret, and I think they're actually now more protective of it than we are.
Though Duchovny has gone on to explore other theatrical roles, his demeanor has remained true to the Duchovny we have all come to know and love.
And what does this race mean to you?
It's always for a good cause. Today it's for a different one than it's been for the last however many years we've been doing it. But it's just fun. It's good to get everybody out here for a good cause.
We'll close our show today with a couple of quotes from the actor in which he waxes philosophical about the human condition. On parenting, he says this: "On the one hand, people think they own kids. They feel that they have the right to tell the kids what to do. On the other hand, people envy kids. We'd like to be kids our whole lives. Kids get to do what they do. They live on their instincts." On relationships, he has this to say: "The key is to get to know people and trust them to be who they are. Instead, we trust people to be who we want them to be, and when they're not, we cry." And finally, on fashion, he has this to say: "Women's fashion is a subtle form of bondage. It's men's way of binding them. We put them in these tight, high-heeled shoes, we make them wear these tight clothes, and we say they look sexy, but they're actually tied up." This has been Celebrity Spotlight on David Duchovny. I'm Angela Bacchi, and thanks for watching.